Hey guys, welcome to the Online Safety Show, where we take some of the most talked about news stories and look at how they impact on your online safety. I'm Natalie, and today we're going to be checking in on Safer Internet Day, learning about geolocation and investigating the Online Safety Act. So make sure that you stay tuned until the end of the episode.
Safer Internet Day is fast approaching, and this year's theme is inspiring change, making a difference, managing influence, and navigating change online. Now, that may be a little bit of a mouthful, and it may be hard to remember, but the good news is it's all about making the internet a safer place for everyone. We hit the halls in schools across the UK to speak to students and teachers about what being safer online means to them.
I think it's the ability to enjoy all of the benefits of what the online world can bring without fear.
When you're safer online, you can avoid scams more easily, and you probably are less likely to get hacked.
It is pretty fun, but you need to make sure it's safe fun. Obviously I have all the settings on and all the stuff to make sure I'm safe, so it just makes me feel a lot safer knowing that those settings are on and certain people can't talk to me.
I feel safe online because I know what to do when I don't feel safe online.
The only times that I feel unsafe is if there's a new app that I haven't had before and it doesn't have settings on where you can change who sees you. So I'd either delete it or ask a trusted adult to help me if there was one to figure it out. I would agree with that.
You could block them on apps or you can report them. Usually I would just report them and then block them.
Not to share any personal information with other people.
Don't talk to strangers, don't share your information.
If you're on a website, you should always check next to the URL address. There's a little padlock to make sure it's secure.
It's on antivirus because if you go onto something, it could be really sketchy. It could hack your account and all.
Get your password, phone number and stuff.
Not good.
Why just one day? Shouldn't every day be a Safer Internet Day? We caught up with Sarah, a student teacher here at Stranmillis University College, to learn how she is looking forward to inspiring change all year round.
I am Sarah McComb, I'm 23 and I am training to be a primary school teacher at Stranmillis University. So we put on a play called Digital Shadows, and it was about the impact of how a girl was getting bullied online by an anonymous account and how she herself wasn't always the nicest online, but you saw how much of an impact that it was having on her. The key messages of our play were being kind online, talking to a trusted adult, and understanding that the internet is a real place with real people. Teaching students about online safety all year round is more important than doing it on one day, because every single day there's something new that comes up, whether it's guidelines change, your consent changes, different settings are changed. Regardless of what app it is that you're using, there's always something that's going to change. Therefore, we as teachers need to be able to adapt and change how we teach it every single day. When I was in school, the internet was seen as a dangerous, negative, scary place and wasn't really taught in an open discussion. Whereas now, children need to have that opportunity to talk about online safety in an open and positive way, rather than it being a very negative attitude. We need to think about the positives that online safety can have as well.
Amazing stuff, Sarah. Safer Internet Day is a great opportunity to check in and discuss online safety. But let's not limit ourselves to just one day. Let's make a commitment to move these ideas beyond the day and put the lessons we've learned into action.
From today, I will make the internet a safer place by talking about not only the negatives but also the positive impact that online safety can have on a child's life.
Telling people to block someone if they get sent disturbing or harmful information.
By making sure they have the knowledge and skills to know how to stay safe online.
If people are bullying you, just either block them or report them and tell an adult.
By blocking anyone I don't know. And making sure my friends do the same.
Making sure
my friends do the same. You need to block strangers.
Not posting videos of other people doing inappropriate stuff that might encourage younger people watching the video to do that as well.
Whether it's taking responsibility for our personal data or simply being kinder in the comments we make online, positive actions, big or small, can all contribute to a safer digital world.
Now it's time for some tech talk with unique app developer Ryan. Hey Ryan, what have you got for us today?
Hey Natalie, let's spin the wheel and find out. Fast fact, did you know the geolocation technology powering apps like Google Maps, tracking your Amazon deliveries, and even getting pizza to your front door were originally developed to help the US military track planes, ships, and submarines? Starting way back in the 1970s, a fleet of satellites were launched into space, establishing the global positioning system we now call GPS. These satellites send signals down to Earth, and these days, our devices receive them to precisely locate us. This military tech has charted a course from space to the sea to the phones in our pockets. Safe travels, my friends.
Thanks, Ryan. We'd be lost without you. Now, do you happen to be a keen follower of changes to the law? Well, if so, you might have heard of the Online Safety Act. But if you're not, like, well, most people, the news that the online safety laws are changing in the UK has probably passed you by. But don't worry, we've got your back. Let's investigate what exactly this Online Safety Act is. In late 2023, a new set of laws were passed with the idea that they'd help keep you, me, and every internet user in the UK safer online. From Instagram to TikTok, online companies will soon have to take action on things like keeping underage users off their platform, making reporting and blocking easy, and helping to prevent children from seeing things that might harm or upset them. It also deals with illegal content, false advertising, and much more. And if they don't? For the first time ever, online companies will have to answer to Ofcom. They're the same organisation that oversee things like TV ads and programmes. Now, if an online platform doesn't do their job to keep you safe, Ofcom can fine them, big time. Is this a solution to all of our online problems? To be honest, probably not. Some people think the Act doesn't go far enough to make you safer online, but it's certainly a step in the right direction. Still have questions? Me too. It can be a bit puzzling. Luckily for you, we sent our best detective to investigate.
I'm Detective Lucy, and I'm here to solve the case. Who are Ofcom, and what is their role in making everyone safer online?
Ofcom are the UK's new online safety regulator. We are one of the first online safety regulators in the world, and our job is to make sure that tech companies that run social media platforms and search services help protect their users from illegal content and content that's harmful to children. We've already been regulating video sharing platforms like TikTok and Snap, and we're helping there to build guidelines in to put user safety at the heart of their work.
Why do platforms need to have age restrictions?
Well, there is some content on platforms that is harmful to children and not safe for children. So, like, say, strangers being able to directly message a child won't help them to be safe and be able to use the internet safely. So in situations like that, platforms need to be able to make sure that know the age of the children and make sure that the children can't access that sort of content or those sort of functionalities of how their service works.
What exactly is the difference between harmful and illegal content?
The key difference lies in legality. Illegal content breaks specific laws and is subject to legal action. It generally relates to things an individual does deliberately, like producing content that promotes hate, harassing or threatening another person. It also relates to people possessing or sharing illegal images of children. Harmful content can include content such as graphic images and material that promotes unhealthy behaviours. While not always illegal, viewing this type of content can have a significant negative impact on a child's health and well-being. Safeguarding children online involves protecting them from both illegal and harmful content.
Do you think the Online Safety Act is actually going to change our experience of being online?
The protection of children, the safety of children is our first priority, and the Online Safety Act is how we're going to be raising the standards of companies and their safety standards. And we're not a censor, but we can't actually remove the content, but we can ask that the firms, the platforms look at what content they have and whether there are children on their site, and just raise their safety standards and to make sure that they have safety at their forefront of their minds when they're designing their services or new parts of their services.
Well, thank you for helping us get to the bottom of this case.
Thank you for having me. It's been great. Thank you.
Back to you in the studio, Natalie.
Excellent work, Detective. How about doing some of your own sleuthing on how to keep yourself safer online? Head to our website or app to launch your investigation into online safety. And while you're there, vote in our survey. We want to know, will the Online Safety Act make you feel safer online? Yes, the Online Safety Act makes me feel safer online. No, the Online Safety Act does not make me feel safer online. Not sure. I'm not sure whether the Act makes me feel safer or not. Head to the Online Safety Show website or use your app to vote and make sure to remind the adults in your life to do the same. We'll report back on the results in our next episode. Thank you to everyone who was involved in making this episode. If your school or organisation is inspiring change online, we would love to hear about it. Send us an email to onlinesafetyshow@anique.com for a chance to be featured on the show. Well, that's all we have time for today. Thanks for watching. I've been Natalie, you've been you. And until next time, stay kinder, stay smarter, stay safer.